Hello, 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 and good morning, world. Good morning to you all, and welcome back to yet another fun-filled episode here with us on our Early Morning Sports Talk podcast as we embark upon what will be another great episode this morning. We thank you all for chopping it up with us, and we thank you in advance for a time that will be had. And so, yes, world, we are back like a shark attack, back like we left something, back like we ain't got no clothes on our back, and for the world is a better place when the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast is taking place. And so thank you for tuning in with us this morning as we converse about the latest sports topics that have taken place from this past week and will be upcoming this week. It is always a blast to have you all tune in and participate with us every weekend. As a reminder that every week we always like to begin our podcast by reminding our audience that the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast can be found on Facebook via our two Facebook pages. The Early Morning Sports Talk podcast Facebook page, as well as our Early Morning Sports Talk podcast community page. And for those who are curious, just go into your search on Facebook and type the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, and we should pop up. Additionally, you can find us on Instagram at EMSTP underscore. Again, on IG at EMSTP underscore. YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Just type in your search the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, as well as our Facebook pages via Brandon Price, Jamar Goodman, and Jones, as well as our guests for that weekend. Today is April the 12th of 2025, and we have seen Gilliam yet again another fascinating week in the sports world, where we saw the NCAA tournament on both the men and women's side crown national champions. And so congrats to the Lady Huskies of the University of Connecticut, aka UConn, on capturing their 12th national title, sending the projected number one pick in the 2025 WNBA draft, Mrs. UConn, Mrs. Paige Buckers, out with a bang and a championship ring. Additionally, the Florida Gators, shout out to the SEC, man. This conference, Southeastern Conference, usually dominate Gilliam in college football, but now it's turned the table for college basketball, and they are dominant, man. And they literally won a national championship, outlasting the Houston Cougars in such a crazy fashion. But it was a great defensive sequence, actually, where NCAA tournament most outstanding player Walter Clayton Jr. Went from a zero-star recruit, bro. Nobody recruited him, none of the major colleges, until he was a walk-on, and then became a national champion. But not only a national champion, bro, but the most outstanding player. So now he'll forever go down in history as one of the most outstanding players and greatest players in Florida history, because he helped them win the Natty. And this kid, literally, the entire tournament, bro, was a walking bucket. The entire tournament. And it just gave further proof, and we knew this already in the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, that very strong guard play can lead you to a national championship. And so, very strong guard play. This kid was very explosive, a lot of three-pointers, a lot of clutch shots. And so, congrats to the Florida Gators on getting their first national championship since the Joakim Noah days. Additionally, we will see the NBA season come near its conclusion, in which Luka Doncic was walking back to Dallas in such a beautiful way, leaving him in tears, and then him showing the Dallas Mavericks that he will be missed around that organization, bro, in City for many years, as he dropped 45. And he could have dropped more, Gilliam. Dropped 45 on him and walked away with the dub. And so the Western Conference right now, speaking of the Western Conference, is going down to its final day, which will be tomorrow. The NBA season is coming to a conclusion, world. The NBA playoffs start next Saturday, and the NBA play-in actually start this week. And so tomorrow, expect games to be ended early. They won't be going on late into the evening because teams will be ending their seasons and some will be trying to get rest. But the Western Conference is crowded 3 through 8, and we don't know what's going to happen with some of these teams. All we know is that it's very crowded in the West, and it's going to be a gauntlet. And so generally, Every Saturday, I introduce my brother from another mother and my partner here on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, Mr. Jamar Goodman. But hopefully he'll be with us this morning. But introducing our guest for this morning, Mr. Guillaume Arnoldin. Did I get that right, bro? Arnoldin?
Exactly. No, it's Arnoldin. Arnoldin.
Okay, Guillaume Arnoldin. Okay,
Yeah.
Guillaume Arnoldin. Guillaume is from the beautiful island of Guadeloupe, located here in the French West Indies. He is 27 years old and is a man of many trades. He is currently a mathematics teacher in the public school system of Guadeloupe and also is currently a basketball coach at the U13 through U15 teenage level for boys. He has been playing basketball since he was a kid and is still a very nice hooper. I occasionally play basketball with Guillaume, and he's a very nice hooper. Uh, kid can play, and so I know he can play because I witnessed it. He's fell in love with basketball when he was a kid growing up in France, and refound his passion in French Guyana when he began recoaching again at the youth level. And so he is also an avid footballer. And his favorite teams. And I'm not talking about American football for my American folks that will view once I do my tags. Gila, I got to do some tags too shortly. I'm talking international football, aka soccer. He plays quite often in the league here and plays often with friends. He also plays basketball here quite often and it plays in the league as well and coaches. And his favorite teams include Real Madrid and players such as the GOAT Messi, Kylian Mbappe, and others. Additionally, he is a huge Steph Curry fan, and he plays like him in a lot of ways. He loves to handle the ball, got wonderful handles. He'll lead you on skates if you play with him. And he loves to watch players such as SGN, Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards. And so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, introducing for the first time on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, Mr. Guillaume Arnoldin. Guillaume, my brother, welcome to the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast. How are you this morning, sir?
First of all, thank you for having me. I feel great. I feel great. It's a pleasure for me to be here with you.
Yes, bro. Appreciate you, man. And so, with that being said, bro, I really appreciate you stopping through, and look forward to talking some sports with you. And so, let's get to it. And so, Guillaume, you the guest this morning, you the focus, and we're gonna obviously talk some more sports, etc. But you are a fan of football, you are a fan of basketball, NBA, etc. Um, Growing up in Guadeloupe, um, playing basketball, what has your journey been like in Guadeloupe? How was the competition? How competitive are the people? Do they got a chip in their shoulder? What is like playing basketball in Guadeloupe, bro?
So I grew up most of my life in Paris, and but I
Mm-hmm.
was born in Guadeloupe though, and
Mm-hmm.
came back to Guadeloupe as an adult, and started coaching. And Guadeloupe is really, if I have to talk about Guadeloupe, Guadeloupe is really a big basketball place. So in France, football is the main thing, soccer is the main thing. But in
Right.
Guadeloupe, it's only basketball, and a lot of great French basketball players come from Guadeloupe. You got Rudy Gobert is from Guadeloupe,
Mm-hmm.
Pietrus, Mike Pietrus,
Mm-hmm.
Gelabal.
Orlando Magic, Boston Celtics. I remember Petrus. Yeah.
Exactly, he was guarding Kobe in the finals.
Right.
You
Mm-hmm.
got Michael Gelabal.
Mm-hmm.
You got Rodi Turiev. He's from
Yeah. Ronnie
Martinique, close
Turioff.
to Guadeloupe too. You got
Mm-hmm. That
Rodrigue
played for the
Bobois.
Lakers, Ronnie Turioff. He was the went to Gonzaga. Used to be like a
Exactly.
Joakim Noah type of play. He used to be all over the court, everywhere.
But a smaller Joachim Noah. Yeah. But it was good.
Right.
It was good. It was good. You
Yeah, I
got
remember him, man.
Rodrigue Bobois. You remember about Rodrigue Bobois?
Oh yeah, of course I know about Rudy Gobert. He just made me some money last night.
No, Rodrigue Bobois. Rodrigue Bobois.
Mm-mm,
He,
no, I
he
never
dropped
heard
he
of him.
dropped he dropped 40 points in an NBA game with the Dallas Mavericks in the
Mm.
2000s. He used to play in
Okay.
the NBA too. So there's a lot of talent coming from Guadeloupe, and it's a small
Mm-hmm.
island, only 400,000 people, I think. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a big basketball place. So it
Mm-hmm.
was really tough,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a lot of good hooper here, a lot of good programs, teams, and France is really depending on Guadeloupe basketball wise.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, yeah. And I know that folks can hoop in Guadeloupe because I hoop occasionally with you in Guadeloupe. And yeah, I get my buckets. I do. But at the same time, they give me buckets too. So it ain't like I'm just giving them buckets and they ain't giving me buckets in return. They coming right back on my ass. And
Mm,
so,
mm, mm,
you
mm.
know, definitely, man. Guadeloupe, small place, but a lot of good hooping talent. I really, really appreciate it, bro. And so, as far as the hooping standpoint, you into coaching. And so tell me more about the coaching level that you in. Do you what age do you focus on? Etc. How has that journey been for you as being a coach? And you can even start back with your previous experience back in French Guiana.
Yeah, so for I went to French Guiana to work. French Guiana is another French territory in South
Mm-hmm.
America, next to Brazil,
Mm-hmm.
and a
Mm-hmm.
really big basketball place too.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, I wasn't playing basketball anymore, and what got me back in basketball was coaching. So
Mm-hmm.
someone gave me the opportunity to coach kids from 13 to 15 years old, and I fell in love with basketball again. So it was a great experience, and I spent like 2 to 3 years there. And we with the team that I had, we went from the last seed to the championship match, and we lost in the
Mm-hmm.
finals. So it was a really great experience. And
Mm-hmm.
some of the kids that I coached had the opportunity to go to France to play for some big programs. So obviously it was a great experience. Then I came back to Guadeloupe, and my uncle is the president of a team.
Mm-hmm.
So he gave me another opportunity to coach, and that's how I ended up coaching in Guadeloupe as well. And I'm taking care of a team of 18 to 21 years old guys. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and we try
Mm-hmm.
to we try to win a championship here.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yes, and so for the talent, because quite often sometimes I play with some of the guys. I'm assuming that's on your team, etc. They are super talented. Just to kind of put you on the spot here, since you see a lot of the talent here, who you feel is up next in Guadeloupe? And when I say that, who's the next Michael Petrus? Who's the next person to come out of Guadeloupe, in your opinion, bro, that you know of that's on the radar, that you feel got a chance to do something really special, go play in France, go play overseas, even make it to the NBA, something like that? Who do you feel like is up next?
So do you know PFBB, Paul France Basketball?
Mm-mm.
It's like
Educate me.
a structure where they send all the best French players to develop, and
Mm-hmm.
they play with the pros in France.
Mm-hmm.
So you go there about you when you're like 14 years old. They develop
Mm-hmm.
you until you become pro. So Tony Parker went there, Boris Joe
Mm-hmm.
went there, all these guys.
Mm-hmm.
And currently we have two ball players from Guadeloupe there. One is
Mm-hmm.
named Kenny Vado, and the other one is named Yanis Pierrot.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for Guadeloupe, these guys are up next. But they're still
Mm-hmm.
young, but they're up next. So maybe in 2 3 years you will hear about them. But right now
Mm-hmm.
we don't have a big name. But I think these two guys will, yeah, definitely. You will hear about them.
Fantastic, yeah. And so in this case, I'm gonna remember this: Kenny Vado and Peril.
Yanis
And I
Pero,
remember
yes.
Giannis Peril. Okay, Giannis Peril. And so and they are between the 15 to 18 age right now.
Exactly. They already play with the French youth national team.
Okay,
Mhm.
yeah, gotcha, bro. Cool. And so for this, I'm gonna be on the lookout for both of these kids. Hopefully, maybe I don't know. One day, maybe they back in Guadalupe or something. We get a chance, we can play with them. Because I like to play against good competition, and it's a lot of good competition here. But I know it's that creme de la creme, you know. And I know it's definitely in Basté a lot of good competition too, always here. And so we play a lot in Grand Terre, but I know it's a lot of good competition in Basté too, on that far side near St. Rose and all that. I hear a lot of good stories about the hoopers over there and stuff. And so, fantastic, bro. And so, additionally, you are NBA fan, etc. And so I know that you are a Steph Curry fan, etc. And so, why are you a Steph Curry fan, bro? What is it about Steph Curry? Are you a Warriors fan? What team do you like too? Are you a Lakers fan? Like, are you a Bulls fan? Because you know my team, Michael Jordan, helped transcend the entire NBA, and so and how to be looked at forever. And so, tell me more about your journey with the NBA. Why Steph Curry and what makes him so special? What makes him so special for you?
So to fall in love with basketball, I think everybody have to see it first on TV. And the first guy that kept my attention was Curry. So I think your god is Michael Jordan, but my god is obviously Curry because when I started playing basketball, he was
Wow.
the upcoming guy. So it's that simple.
Wow. And so last week, me and my partner, we were debating about this. We were talking about something that most people don't talk about now, which is that Michael Jordan is the GOAT. And a lot of people try to put LeBron James right there near him in debate. But one of the interesting things was that I stated to my partner that if Steph Curry were to get championship ring number 5, if he were to get that 5th ring, Gilliam, could we begin to look at Steph Curry? Because he transcended the game of basketball. I mean, now he's the reason why kids want to pull up from half court. He's the reason why they want to pull up from 40 and 50 feet from the rim. That's Steph Curry. And so he's transcended the game of basketball tremendously as well. And if he were to get that championship, another one, bro, I mean, who's to sit here and say that Steph Curry should not be heavily debated going forward as the greatest player of all time? I know it might sound a little far fetched for the average brain. They're like, what? But you raise a really, really good point, bro. Like, really, you know?
So for me, first of all, Michael Jordan is the goat because I grew up with big brothers, and they got me into basketball through Michael Jordan. So that's not a debate for me. But as far as Curry being the goat, I think as a point guard, it's really, really, really hard to be viewed as the goat. Why I'm saying that is because to be the goat, you have to be a good all-around player. So you gotta defend, you gotta attack, you gotta rebound, you gotta assist, and I think Curry as a point guard, he cannot do all that. That's why I will not put him as the goat, even if got the 5 championship.
Let me ask you this though: if he were to win that 5th championship, is it a debate still between him and Magic Johnson at that point of who the greatest point guard is of all time? If he were to win that 5th championship, is it a
Now
debate?
we're talking. Now we're talking. Yeah. For me, if you win that 5 championship, we can put him above Johnson.
Okay, which would then put him in the top 5 of all time. for most.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, because some people got Steph as being right there on the outside of NBA greatness, like all time. So maybe some got him top 10, some got him top 15, um, some got him top 5. It just depends on the person you talk to. And so it's going to be very interesting to see how things progress with Curry's career, because he's literally he got a great team, bro. And so speaking of the Western Conference, bro, the Western Conference standings, Gideon, I know you know basketball enough to be able to talk this with me.
Hmm.
The standings right now are jam packed in the Western Conference, and right
Yeah.
now it just all depends on seeding. And so let's see. Can you see NBA standings right now? Can you see the Western Conference?
Yeah, 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 I got it.
Okay. And so the Oklahoma City Thunder, they got your boy SGA. And he got a bunch of hungry guys. You know, he still got Shaq Holmgren and a few other guys on there. But they're not big household names. You know, Houston Rockets, young up and coming team, coached by Ime Udoka. And he's turned out to be a great coach, man. Shout out to Ime Udoka. Got that team second in the Western Conference. Third is the Lakers. But right now, as you see, the Lakers, as well as the Nuggets and Clippers, they all got to play basically until tomorrow. But it looks as if the Lakers might be in a third seed now because they clinched that division, the Pacific Division. So at that point, the Lakers are locked in for the third. But the Denver fourth, I don't know if you heard they just fired their coach, Mike Malone, which
Yeah.
was crazy. I don't know
Very
why they
unfortunate.
did.
Very unfortunate. I don't
Right,
understand.
right, right before the playoffs.
It
But
make no sense.
very, but it was the same with the Memphis Grizzlies, bro. They fired
Yeah.
their coach
Yeah.
out of nowhere. And so all these teams right here, 7 through 10, are in the play-in, bro. And so they'll play like maybe Wednesday and Thursday, something like that. And 7 and 8 to play. Whoever win that game will go to play Houston. And then from there, 9 and 10 will play. Whoever win that game will play the loser of the 7 and 8 game. And then that winner would then go on to play Oklahoma City. Um, so I'm just curious, bro, based off of what you see right now with all these teams, but Cleveland right now is the number one overall, number one seed in the East. Oklahoma City got the best record. Boston, these are the defending NBA champs, bro. They number 2 in the East. Um, Based off all these teams, bro, if you had to pick two teams for the finals, who would you pick?
So OKC is a great contender, but experience-wise, they're not good enough for me.
I'm with you.
So
I'm with
I
you.
will say the Lakers. Now that they have Luca, I will say the Lakers
Mm,
and the Celtics. I will say Lakers
mm.
Celtics for the finals. Experience-wise, their both team are stacked, and they got every role in the team. You got guys that could score. You got guys that could rebound. You got guys that could assist, that could defend. So I think it's the most important thing, and they got experience too.
Right. And so, yeah, uh, the Lakers. Okay, and I'm with you. For the Celtics out of the East, it's hard for me to see anybody out of the East beating them in a 7 game series. But I do want to raise a point, Gilliam. I think that it's a couple teams that's going to be headaches. And number one, I think is going to be Indiana. I don't know if
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
you ever watched the Pacers, bro, but they um they play so fast. Like they're literally a pacer in English, bro, is something that moves very fast. It's like Sonic the Hedgehog. It's like Tasmanian Devil from Looney Tunes. Like that's what a pacer is. And they exactly that, the Pacers, when they play basketball. And so I'm looking at them and I'm maybe saying that, hey, they probably won't beat Boston, but I think they got a chance of beating Cleveland. So
Yep.
if they would have maybe beat Milwaukee, which is going to be a tough series in itself, I could see them beating Cleveland, and it'll be a lot of people expecting this to be the conference finals, bro. Cleveland and Boston for the East. They're expecting this, but I don't know, man. I feel like Indiana might have something to say, and then Detroit gonna be tough for New York too. That's gonna be a dog fight. That's gonna be a street fight series. And shout out to Detroit, bro. Detroit came out of nowhere. Detroit literally.
Yep.
Yeah, as
Yep.
far as my Bulls, they ain't gonna do much. They in the play-in. And so as far as the Bulls, we'll see what happened with them. They are a team that's in the process of getting better, getting stronger. And so they kind of some years away. And so Ian, bro, what it do?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Good, good, good.
Good, good. So Gilliam and Gilliam. So Gilliam N is my boy from Chicago. We went to high school together, played football together. This is like a brother to me, man. He rocks with us on the podcast all the time. He's one of the partners, and so you know, I'm glad to have you guys introduce each other. Ian Gilliam is one of my guys here in Guadalupe. We
Okay.
play ball together. We do just talk to me a lot, etc. And so Guillaume is into coaching. He plays basketball a lot. He plays in leagues over here, etc. And so right now we was just talking NBA and different things like that. And so just giving you a background of Guillaume, he's into football. He's a big Steph Curry fan. Um, you know, so we just talking like the Western Conference right now, different things in that nature. So um again, in Gilliam in. Pleasure to have you guys meet each
Man,
other.
man, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, bro.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so, yeah, right now, and we just talking about the Western Conference, bro, and we saying, how stacked it is right now. And so Gilliam feels that if he had to pick an NBA Finals matchup right now, he feel that Boston would come out the East. No disrespect to Cleveland, but he feel like Boston has the experience to come out of the East. So just curious, and do you agree with Gilliam? Because I'm kind of with him on that one. Do you think that Boston is the team to beat in the East, and that do you think they'll come out of the East again?
Yeah, I do think that. I think, like you said, with their experience and um, just their team overall, they have a lot of depth, experience, and
They
I feel
do.
like yeah, the East is theirs to lose. Now you're gonna have other challenges like Cleveland and New York, depending on their health, and but those are the only other two teams I could really see challenging them in the East. But I think ultimately, Boston they get it done.
Right, right, right. Um, and as far as the West, it was a little bit more complicated.
Very.
Um, and so with the West, Gilliam, though, he still feel that the Lakers, even with them not having a big man, a true center, he feel
Hmm.
that the Lakers will be champions of the Western Conference because he doesn't believe in the number 1 and 2 seed like that due to their lack of experience. Um, and he believes in the experience of LeBron, and then with Luca gonna get his points regardless. So he feels that the Lakers can come out the West. For me, it's not so easy right now. But what about you? And if you had to just make a quick pick, now of course this could change next Saturday because the NBA playoffs start next Saturday. But if you had to make a pick, who would you feel is the team to come out of the West?
Man, out of the West, man, I don't know.
Mm,
The Lakers could be one of them. Man, it could be the Warriors. They playing real great with Jimmy Butler right
they
now.
are, they are, they are,
Um,
they are.
they
They
got
tough.
experience, got experience as well.
They're tough.
Man,
Warriors are tough.
I don't
Man,
know. I mean, maybe the
what about the
Clippers.
Clippers though, Ian?
Yeah,
Like
I mean the Clippers always let us down, but I will say this, they kind of going under the radar. Nobody talking about them, so they could shock some people this year. Um,
right.
you still got to deal with Houston, even though they're young and inexperienced, but their coach has experience though. So
They got a
I
lot
mean,
of youth too, bro. A lot of
yeah,
energy, like you said, young.
yeah. So got a great coach over there. He has experience, so I mean that's something to watch out for. And OKC, OKC can prove they can prove themselves this year. You know, make everybody a
Right.
believer in the playoffs. So
Right.
I don't know the West is gonna be tough, man. I I don't know if I could pick one. If I had to choose one, probably be maybe the Warriors or the Lakers, maybe just because their
Mm,
experience, maybe.
mm. Man, um, I like both of y'all picks, but I feel like and this might sound a little crazy, Guillaume, but I've just been watching trends lately. Um, the Lakers, yes, they nice, but my concern with the Lakers, as you both know, is that they don't have a true center.
Yeah,
So if they play somebody that has a true center, I feel like they're gonna eat heavy. And my other concern is that the Lakers will play the Warriors, fellas, in the first round right now.
yeah.
And so if they played in a series, I don't know if I pick the Lakers, Gilliam.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
I don't know,
Right.
dog. I might go with the Warriors because the Warriors just beat the hell out of them. In LA, everybody was healthy. Everybody played. Now I know it's different. LeBron got hurt in that game too. But the Warriors, man, and it's hard to beat them in Golden State, by the way. Um,
Got
and
hurt last night
so
too.
who got hurt, bro?
LeBron got hurt last night.
Oh, damn. So he gonna be out for the next game. Then they gonna sit him probably.
Yeah, he hurt his groin
Yeah.
again last night.
And
I
I
Oh,
think
think
damn.
I think they ended up winning. Okay,
Yeah, they
I
won.
think
They beat Houston.
okay.
I've seen an interview of Luca talking about he's scared to face the Warriors too in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
really interesting
Mm-hmm.
matchup.
Yeah, for sure. But I just want to bring up one team, fellas, and I know they're in the seventh seed. Um, but the Minnesota Timberwolves, fellas, have y'all seen the Timberwolves lately? Have y'all seen Ant-Man lately?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he been going
Bro,
crazy.
he been going bananas, like bananas. And my thing is if I'm the Timberwolves and let's say I beat Memphis, because Memphis right now they reeling without their head coach. John Morant got a score of points. Um, I don't know if Memphis gonna be able to do anything. Um, I think Memphis maybe do get through the play in, but as far as them beating OKC in the series, I don't think that's gonna happen. But I think though, fellas, 7-2. If Minnesota will play Houston, I'm not so confident in Gilliam that I would pick the Rockets over Minnesota with Ant. I would not do that. I would pick Minnesota.
Mm.
I
I think
think
so.
Ant would hell yeah. Like I don't know who on Houston. Dylan Brooks could try to blow in his ear. Dylan Brooks could try to push him and try to get in his head, but he's not gonna get an answer. And so I don't know, bro. That's why I guess that's why Ian said the West would be so damn complicated because any team 7-1 probably could win the conference. Maybe I don't believe in Houston, but 6 teams, legitly, I feel like could come out and win the West. And so, if I had to pick a team that probably would win the West, bro, I know that might sound a little crazy, but Minnesota would be a serious team. I think that would could potentially not only knock out Houston, but give some other teams some problems too. And so Jamar is really big on the Thunder. But my I don't know about the Thunder with their experience and then the fact that they just played the Lakers, fellas, and the Lakers beat them handily. And then I don't know if y'all saw this week, Luka and the Lakers was up in the fourth quarter with like 6 minutes left, I think, and then
Mhm.
Luka got ejected for nothing.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
then yeah, the following day the NBA stated that they rescinded the technical foul.
Technical foul, yeah.
I know, right? Crazy. And so literally the Lakers, I feel like was on their way to beat Oklahoma City again. And so if they
Mhm.
play Oklahoma City, then I feel like they'll beat Oklahoma City, which then just makes the West complicated. And so at the end of the day, I just said absolutely nothing. At the end of the day, I just said absolutely nothing. Because at the end of the day, it's all gonna come down to matchups and who is who, et cetera, et cetera. And so, anywho, um, fellas, you Gilliam, you like the Lakers. And right now, if you had to pick today between the Lakers and Warriors, um, let me ask y'all
First.
one more question.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Uh, and we can start with you, Ian, and then go with you, Gilliam. Who do you think is the most explosive player to watch, or who do you think is the most dangerous player to watch in both conferences? And so, as example, um, in the West, there's a lot of great players. But who do you think right now out of maybe OKC, Houston, Lakers, Denver, LA, Golden State, Minnesota? Who do you think is the most dangerous player to watch that could win a series by itself? And that's tough because you got Steph Curry, you got Ant, you got Joker, you got Luca. I mean, damn. Like, who do you feel like is the most dangerous, or some of the dangerous players in the West that could win a series for you by their damn self, damn near?
Um, I would say Steph. I think, like he stated, this is his last ride with Draymond, and um, he's going toward the end of his career. So, and they got Jimmy. I think it's Steph to me. I mean, you
Mm,
could say, you could say other players too, but in my opinion, this year I think it'd be Steph Curry. I don't know if I would want to see Steph Curry.
right,
It's
right, right,
it's
right.
it's a tough matchup, and like you stated, I think the Lakers gonna end up getting the Warriors in the first round. That's gonna be
Right.
tough.
That's gonna be tough for the Lakers. That's gonna be tough for the Lakers. But I mean, it
Mhm.
could also be in that whoever win that series probably could win the West. And so
Yeah.
um, that could very well be that too. And so, Gilliam, bro, out of the Western Conference, who do you feel is the most dangerous player to watch, or who has the potential to change a whole series by themselves?
I'll say Steph Curry too because how much of how much his team relies on him, and he's done it before too. So I would say Steph or maybe Luca. Luca, I've seen Luca eliminate the Clippers. I've seen Luca do such things. So Steph or Luca
Mm-hmm.
for me.
Right. We seen Luca went off. Man, it's crazy. It's just crazy how he went to Dallas and led them to the finals last year. I mean, literally led them to the finals last year, and they just dropped them like that. Like,
Hmm.
man. And I watched this week, them saying fire Nico Harris, the GM. Man, he got to be in some tough shoes right now. That GM, he got to be in some tough shoes. Um, Ian, bro, from sports, man. How do the Mavericks recover from that? What do they have to do?
From losing
How,
Luca, uh,
man? How do
I
they recover from that? Like,
I don't know. I mean, have to get somebody else to pair with AD. Well, they got Kyrie Irving, but
yeah, he just injured right now.
yeah,
He
he's
injured.
injured. Yeah. Um, I don't know. It's tough. Like they got a little dark cloud over that um, organization. Ever since the trade happened. Even AD was hurt at one point. The whole team was hurt. They was in jeopardy of forfeiting games because they didn't have enough players.
Right.
Um, I don't know, man. That's tough. And they do got AD and Kyrie. You know, they were just hurt. You know, so hopefully they stay healthy. Hopefully Kyrie come back. You know, stronger. But I don't know, man. Just got to make better decisions, I guess. I don't know if I would have let go Luca, my 24, 25-year-old superstar. That's
Right.
that's that's tough.
Right. Man. And so yeah. But we got our guest on here, Mr. Gilliam R. Nolan. And so Gilliam, bro, we're gonna talk some French hoops in. And so
Okay.
Gilliam, he grew up in France. He lives in an island in the French West Indies called Guadeloupe. And basically, we've talked a lot about the NBA, etc. But Gilliam, bro, there's been a
Yeah.
lot of great players that have come from France. And right now, there's a lot of players that are coming from France and being drafted to the NBA, etc. If you had to pick, let's actually talk about this first. We saw
Mm.
in the Olympics that the French national team almost beat us on both the men and women's side. We had to sweat it out in order to win both for the Olympics for the men and women's. And it came down to very, very clutch Steph Curry right in that had to go night for us to win. Um, and so curious, bro, do you feel that France could catch up with the United States? Do you feel that, as example, in the 2028 Olympics, that you guys can get us maybe in the final again? Because we met in the finals 2 Olympics in a row now. Do you think that it'll be a trifecta in 2028 in LA? I mean, Victor Wembanyama is young. Alex Sarr, man, that motherfucker nice. Excuse my French with the Wizards. The number one pick was some other dude from France. I forgot his name.
Zachary Rizaché.
Okay, exactly. And you got all these kids down the pipeline. Do you feel that because you are from France and you represent France, and we talk about this all the time when we hooping, but now you're on a platform, bro. Do you feel that France has the chance to catch the United States in basketball, or have you caught us already?
I think it's
Now's
very
your moment
hard
to talk
to.
your shit, bro. Now's your moment to talk your shit.
No, I'm really patriotic, but as a French guy, I have to be honest. We always think that we catch up with you guys, but every year we try to catch up. There's another American superstar coming up too, so it's very hard to say. And we don't know if Anthony Edwards or maybe Ali Burton will not be bigger superstars than they are right now. So it's hard to say, but French is French is a big powerhouse in basketball, and I think with Wemby, with Rizache, with Alexar, we got a chance. But I don't know if we can beat you guys. Maybe go to the finals again, but I cannot say that we will beat you guys.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
We'll be out. We're ready out.
Right. Really, really hard. Um, it's interesting though, and I bring it up because it took LeBron to help us, Steph Curry. These guys, though, they're at the tail end of their careers.
Yeah.
They not gonna be there for 2028. LeBron ain't gonna be there, Gilliam. Steph Curry likely not gonna be there. Yeah, Ant will
Yeah,
be there. And some other guys, but these other guys for France are kind of coming up, and they becoming superstars too in their own. The NBA ain't just going to France to draft these guys for the number one overall pick for nothing. They're going over there for a reason. And so it's really interesting, man. And so we point this out on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast. Do not be surprised in 2028 if France fuck around and beat us. And we be sitting here moping and crying as Americans, like we don't supposed to lose in basketball to nobody, you know? And so, that's been our mindset for years. But we always find a way to pull it out. And so there is some superstars definitely coming up in the US. Ant-Man being one of them. And so yeah, and bro, just really quickly, from the United States standpoint and the amount of international players that's right now in the NBA, the top 3 players are international. Luka, Joker, you could argue Joel Embiid, Victor
Giannis.
Wembanyama, but Giannis, that's the third one.
Sabonis too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sabonis is nice. Right now, and if you had to pick the best American-born player right now, bro, who is the best American-born player? And right now, I'm gonna go with you. And next, I'm gonna go with you, Gilliam for France. So right now, bro, Ian, who is the best American-born player in the NBA right now?
The best American-born player, I would have to say that would be.
LeBron, Ramon James, or somebody else?
I'm not even gonna count that era, like him, Steph Curry, and all. I'm not gonna count that era.
All
So
right,
I'll go
cool,
with the
cool,
younger
cool,
guys.
cool.
I would say Jason Tatum.
Okay,
Yeah, I would say
okay.
Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum. Yeah, Mr. Jason Tatum, nice. Um, Man, shout out to Jason Tatum. He done stepped it on it up. He done stepped it up in on that defensive end. Now that he done stepped it up on that defensive end, man, it's like championships, for Jason Tatum or nothing else. Cause he elite, man. I think a lot of people sleep on his defensive prowess. Dude will lock you up for real. Him and Jaylen Brown, of course. So that's a good one, for real, for real. Gilliam, bro. From a France standpoint, right now, who do you feel is the best player from France right now?
So I would say Wemby, but he's not there anymore. So I would say Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert, but
Mm-hmm.
we got young talent too. So it's between Rudy Gobert, Rizache, and maybe Yabusele from the Sixers.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. I know him. He was the guy that dunked on LeBron in the Olympics. Um,
Exactly.
right. So yeah, that's interesting. And so additionally, you got a lot of hoopers right now that have come out of France, and you tend to be a historian of French hoops. Who is your favorite French player of all time? I know that might be a tough question because there's been a lot of great NBA players that have come out of France and some that are still coming out. But if you had to pick, um, just from your context of where you come from, who is the greatest or your best French hooper of all time?
So it's easy for us French guys. Tony Parker is the goat. Is the
Okay.
goat of French basketball. Yeah, for what he did in the
Mm-hmm.
NBA, but also for the national team,
Mm-hmm.
because we went from zero to European champions against Spain only because of Tony. So we are grateful to have him, and I think he's the goat for us.
Yeah. Remember Tony Parker? I know you do, and I definitely remember
Yeah,
Tony Parker, man. Tony
Tony
Parker was a
Parker's nice.
bucket.
Yeah, he's nice.
Tony Tony Parker was real nice. He got a lot of rings, man. A lot of championship experience, and so Tony Parker is definitely one of them. Um, and so speaking of Tony Parker. So Tony Parker is the greatest player of all time for you. But let me ask you, who is your most favorite player of all time from France? Do you have a most favorite player that comes from France?
I would say Tony Parker. Tony Parker as well,
Mm-hmm. 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 Okay.
just because of the accolades, the style of play, and how much greatness that we witnessed from him.
Right. Right. Cool. And so, yeah. That being said, yeah, man, it's a pleasure, man, to just talk French hoops with you, man. Um, and you know, the and I don't know if you got any other questions. I got one more question for Guillaume regarding French hoops, and maybe if you got some, you can ask him as well since he on here. The last question I got for you, bro, is for Victor Wembanyama. Right now, he's growing into his mode. When do you think Victor Wembanyama is going to grow into his full strength in the NBA? How long do you think it's going to take next year? Because I mean, I don't know if you know, but the Spurs went out and made some moves, bro. They went out and got a guy named De'Aaron Fox from the Sacramento Kings. Me and Ian watch NBA. We know he nice as hell. He signed with the Kings. I mean, he signed with the Spurs. They got kid from UConn. They got Vassell. I forget that kid with the UConn that won a dunk contest in with the dreadlocks. Played for UConn, and he should be the rookie of the year. I think he got to be. If not, he got to be somewhere right there. But I think he actually in his second year. They got a lot of nice talent on San Antonio. When do you think Victor Wembanyama, as watching him in the EuroLeague to where he is now in the NBA, when do you think he gonna hit his full stride in the NBA?
I think I would say next year, but it depends on how much he recovers from his injury. So I would say maybe in 2 years. I think he's not
Mm-hmm.
right now. He's not physical enough for the league,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
I think
Mm-hmm.
in two
I agree.
years, yeah, in 2 years he will bulk up a little bit and adapt more to the league. So I would say
Mm-hmm.
2 years. 2 years from now.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. And based off of that, do you think there's possibly a championship in the future?
Ah man, it's so tough to say, so hard to say. Uh, it depends on so much things. So I don't know if it will work out with Darren Fox. So I think we have to wait next year.
Okay. Right. So there's pretty much no way to answer that question right now. I understand it. So, and bro, curious, bro, you got any questions for our guest man that's coming from France?
Um, I would say besides Tony Parker, who is the other biggest basketball player over there for France?
So when we talk about French hoop, we also talk about Boris Dio. Boris Dio is a big
Okay.
name in
Mm-hmm.
France. Yeah, people really respect him as one of the goats of French basketball. So you have Boris Dio, you have Evan Fournier, you have Nick
Mm-hmm.
Batum and
Okay.
Pietrus as well. And I don't know if you guys know this guy, but also Tariq Abdul Wahad.
Uh,
I think he was the first French NBA player of in
mm,
history.
Mm-hmm.
I have to look that up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
To look him up.
Yeah, he used to play for the
Right.
Pacers.
Right.
Okay.
And FYI, and my bro, since I'm used to French pronunciation, me living in the French island, he's
Hmm.
really saying Boris Diaw.
Yeah,
We
yeah, yeah.
say
I know. I
Boris
know.
Diaw.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's Boris Dio in French. Boris Dio.
Right. Yeah, I remember Boris. Yeah, man. He
Yeah,
was
he was
clutch.
nice. Yeah, he was
He
nice.
was clutch. He was clutch, man. He was clutch. He was clutch for sure, man. That's a really good question, bro. So yeah, man. Lot of good hoopers, man. Michael Petrus, I definitely remember Michael Petrus. Him
Yeah.
guarding Kobe in the NBA Finals. Him playing with that Celtics team. Him being on that Orlando team and that went to the finals
Yep.
versus Kobe.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, he would always hit them corner threes, a 3-and-D guy. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that for sure, bro. And so, yeah, man. Well, it's been a pleasure, bro, talking French hoops with you, bro, and talking hoops with you in general. We done broke down this Western Conference, NBA, etc. Um, and so, and bro, we're gonna talk really quickly some national title hoops. How did your bracket turn out, bro, for the NCAA tournament?
I did have Florida winning in one of my brackets, so
Mm-hmm.
that was good. I was like 70. I think in that bracket, I think it was like 79%. So it was a
Mm-hmm.
pretty decent bracket. But it was a great national championship game.
It
Um,
was
I really enjoyed it. It was competitive, real back and forth. But
definitely.
the best team won though. They dominated from the SEC, from the SEC tournament up until now. So yeah, shout out to Florida, man. Shout out to the Gators. They dominated, played a hell of a had a hell of a run these last couple months.
For real, for real. And Gilliam, to go back to what you stated as far as a favorite French player, I don't know about Ian, but me as a Chicago Bulls fan, and him playing formerly at Florida, he led them to the previous national championship in Joakim
Joakim Noah.
Noah.
Yeah, he got
Yeah,
two of them,
yeah.
two national championship with
Yeah,
him,
I don't
back to
know if
back.
folks know, but Joakim Noah dad is from France, so he's French too. And
Yeah.
so I think he even
Yeah,
played for the French national team once before. So Joakim Noah, man, that was my guy. That was my guy, boy. That was my guy, Joakim Noah. You know what I'm saying? Like life of the party, energy, had a whole United Center Chicago rocking, bro. Like him and D Rose was something to deal with, Gilliam. They was
yeah,
something to deal with, bro. They was something to deal with, man. And so when we speak of French players, that's one of my guys, man. It's Joakim Noah, man. And just bringing up Florida, he was the last person to bring them the national championship. But I just want to say, Ian, isn't it seem like, man, like that strong guard playing the NCAA tournament? It's like that's what gets you the natty. Like this kid, Walter Clayton Jr., don't he put you in a mindset of like Juan Dixon from Maryland, like
Yeah.
Shabazz Napier from UConn, like them guards that could just like flame your ass up. Like that's
mm-hmm.
exactly what bro was doing the whole tournament.
Whole
Just
tournament.
whole tournament, Gilliam, whole tournament, like flaming, flaming hot the whole tournament, bro. And man, that's crazy because he beat a great Houston team. And what was the coach? Calvin Sampson. He would have won his 800th game, bro. That would have been his
Yeah.
800th win, and he would have won a national championship.
Championship. Yeah. It was a
Yeah,
great game though. Houston they had a great season as well. It was a great game.
for real, for real, for real. Yes,
Really
sir. Yes,
enjoyed
sir.
the national
Mm-hmm.
championship.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And quickly, in as well, bro. From the women's side, UConn took home the title. It's their
Yep.
12th national championship in history. Gee, quickly, bro. Do you know if Paige Beckers?
Yeah, yeah, I know her. I know her.
Mm-hmm.
She was hurt last year, no?
Yep.
She was, yeah, 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 yeah. She's from Yukon University.
Yes. 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 University of
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Connecticut,
yeah, yeah.
UConn.
Yeah, I see what you. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she brought home that natty. And so, and bro, just curious, man. You know, you saw what she did in the tournament. A lot of people say that Juku Watkins getting hurt was what led her to have an open door. You know what I'm saying? But hey, she got it done. You know what I'm saying? And so she got that natty. Um, what do you think her future is like, man? You think she gonna be like a next Caitlin Clark or something on the WNBA level?
Yeah. Her game is a little different from Caitlyn. But I think she has a very bright future. Hey, she nice. She can dribble, dis- distribute. She can score. She can do it all, man. She pretty nice, man. So
Mm-hmm.
um, as long as she stay healthy, I think she gonna be fine, man. She probably gonna be another superstar in the WNBA as well.
Right, right. And so it's really interesting, man, to watch that whole tournament. Um, man, Deuce Staley was trying to get another natty again. She overachieved with this South Carolina team, bro, because ain't nobody had them going to the national championship this year. Like
Yeah,
she did a great job with that team. Like really. Like she definitely overachieved with that team, and yeah, that was a real great coaching job by her to lead them to get to the national championship. And so it's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure, by the way, with Guillaume, kind of living in the West Indies, bro, the Wi-Fi could be a little choppy, you know.
Yeah.
And so possibly that's what happened with Guillaume, man. Um, but I am very intrigued, bro, to see what happens on the women's side with Paige Beckers, and just what happens in the WNBA as time goes forward. That season's about to come up as well, and so that's going to
Yeah.
be really intriguing. And so, with that being said, bro, uh, man, I don't know if you got any other things to say, but if you got something, uh, possibly, I guess, to hop back on. Um, what you got for us for Ann's basement, bro? You got anything for us for Ann's basement?
Nothing. I don't think really nothing in particular. Just I would just say, what's your guess we're 2 weeks away. What's your thoughts on the NFL draft coming up?
Oh man, interesting. So NFL, Gilliam, this is American football. We're talking about the NFL, and so we have what's called the draft, and so the draft is a couple weeks away. And it's going to take place. Where is it this year? And I think New York, or Vegas, one of the two. And so the biggest thing I got in mind is where the hell is Shador Sanders and Travis Hunter go? They've been really just the only two that's been kind of been making headlines regarding the NFL draft. And other than
Yeah.
that, for the most part, the top picks I know going to be defensive. You know, the guy from Penn State, the defensive end, should be the number one overall pick. And then the another defensive end. So it seems like the top draft picks going to be going defensive outside of Travis Hunter, who I know is rumored to go to New England. But then one day I see he could go to Atlanta. Next day I see his ass can go to New Orleans. It's just all type of stuff that's been happening with Travis Hunter, and it's been the same for Shador. One day the Raiders, the next day the Giants, the next day the Saints,
Hmm.
and so I know these two guys from University of Colorado and under Deion Sanders have been, you know, viewed heavily, but that's the only thing I've been paying attention to. Other than that, I've also just been making sure that my team, the Bears, hopefully we make the right pick. But I see that we've shored up our lineman issues, our defensive line, our offensive line.
Hmm.
But I don't know where the Bears go other than the offensive line in an NFL draft. I don't know where else you go. You
Yeah.
gotta get some help on the offensive line if you're the Chicago Bears, in my opinion. So those are my thoughts from the draft thus far, bro. And to be honest with you, I just been hearing a lot about the kids from University of Colorado. That's all they talk about every day.
Yeah. Every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every day. I think
Right.
I
Yeah,
think
man.
Cam Ward I think Cam Ward he's definitely going number one to the Titans out of
Mm-hmm.
Miami.
Yeah.
Um I think after that is kind of it's up to Cleveland and New York. You know what happens after that? If, Cleveland take Abdul Carter, or they take Travis, or they might shock people and take Shador, or Shador goes number three to the Giants. If he don't go to the Giants at three, does somebody trade up to come get him, or something of that
Right.
magnitude? I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to watch. I didn't even realize it was 2 weeks away. This month kind of going fast already.
It
But
comes up
yes,
really quick.
yeah. So yeah, 2 weeks away. So I guess we'll
Right.
find out in due time.
I mean, but let me ask you this, bro. What do you think the Bears should go for the NFL draft? What need is urgent for them in that first round? Do the Bears got a first round pick? First off,
Yeah, they got
um,
they picked number 10.
okay. And so we got pick number 10, which is wonderful. So in this case, do you think the Bears go offensive line, defensive line? What do you think they should do?
Uh, I would I would say offensive line or D line, but I would say offensive line. Offensive line, and if Ashton Genty is there, maybe you think about taking him, but I would say offensive line though.
Okay. Yeah.
And
So
running back
Ashton
from Boise State.
Genty, yeah, running back from Boise State, the Doak Award winner, which
Mm,
is the nation's best running back. So that's interesting. I really like that running back pick as well, because we all know we need help on the offensive line. Bears, it's really tough. It makes me depressed, Gilliam, talking about the Bears. You know, I was having a nice morning till we start talking about the Bears, and it just brings stress, man. Because Bears put me through a lot, man. Like I remember last year, man. Like chilling with my girl, like 2 weeks watching the Bears. Actually, about 3-4 weeks. Let me just give you a sequence of what it's like being a Bears fan. Um, the 1 week versus Minnesota, you know what I'm saying? We doing good, bro. We doing good, you know what I'm saying? We ready. We about to win the game. We whopped the Bam. And then the Bears, they come down um losing. Take the game, bro. Literally have us going crazy, had me going crazy, had him looking at me like, why the hell he going so crazy off his phone? What's wrong with him? You know what I'm
hmm.
saying? Because they don't know I'm watching the NFL. And I'm literally going crazy watching the NFL. And then the Bears literally go into overtime and stink up the whole joint, get sacked, get pushed 30 yards back behind the line of scrimmage in. 30 yards back behind, like about 2-3 straight sacks. And then
Crazy.
Minnesota have easy ass field advantage and win the game. The following week, right? That's one loss. But actually, no, the week before, I'm literally sitting in the living room and I'm watching the Bears on my computer, and we get a touchdown, bro. We playing the Washington Commanders in Washington, D.C. It changed the
Oh yeah.
Commanders' whole season. They whole season got changed because of us. Because I dumped, like, lit whole season. They end up going to the NFC Championship because of us, I feel like.
Yeah.
We literally up, right? Literally. The final play, right? I'm like, ain't no way in hell they finna score. Like, we just scored a touchdown. Caleb Williams, the man. Commanders come down, bro. They get a 25-yard pass. Number one, nobody ain't rushing. Nobody ain't attacking or nothing. They just out there like it's a fucking vacation, like they're in Guadeloupe or something, bro, on the beach of St. Francois or something. Like literally, like they're in St. Francois, bro. Literally. Like give up a 25-yard pass like they ass on vacation. Then literally the next play they go on vacation again. Literally. When I say literally, Ian know what I'm talking about. Literally. Our defensive back hit this nigga on vacation in the back, G. He in the back talking to fans. He in the back, G, talking to niggas. I mean, literally, bro, this wild. The play is live. This while the play done started. This nigga in the back just talking to people, G. Talking to the fans, saying, what up, bro? We out here. We finna win. We finna do this. And literally, bro, as this man talking, they come right down, throw a Hail Mary, score a touchdown. G. Like, literally, right in the man's face, bro. Whole Chicago, we all just salty. Like, everybody salty. I'm talking about, bro, this play literally was played at the end of the year as the top play of 2024. And I ain't even
Crazy.
bullshitting, bro. Like,
Crazy.
this is literally, and hold on, y'all. I'm just plugging in my charger real quick. Gilliam, this is the top play of 2024, the entire year. And it come off us, the Chicago Bears, and our dumbass defensive backs and dumbass dumbass coach who got fired, by the way, Ian, right? And then on top of that, just really bad personnel. So that's 2 weeks in a row, right? Minnesota, Washington. Look, bro, I come back the next week, bro. Literally, Green Bay. Literally, this is like our biggest rival, bro. This is Real Madrid versus
Barcelona.
Barcelona, yes. This is Lakers versus Celtics. This is Yankees versus Red Sox. This is huge. Green Bay Bears, Green Bay Chicago Bears. We literally about to beat them, bro. Literally. And the Bears go down on the final drive. And I'm like, man, Caleb Williams looking good, bro. Man, he get the pass off. We go down. All we got to do is kick a field goal. I'm literally over and I'm sitting at the kitchen table with my girl and her cousin. And she don't even know football, but she like, oh, that's the Bears. They gonna fuck up. Watch. And she said this in French. And I'm like, shut up. Like, go get a damn life. Get out of my face. And literally, she turned out to be right. The Bears go right down, got a chance to win the game, kick the field goal, and we beat Green Bay. Something we hadn't done in years. Years. They've owned us, bro. Literally. And the Bears dumbasses go down, kick the field goal, and the field goal wasn't even close.
No,
It
they
was
did.
so,
They did.
huh?
We talking about the last game of the year?
No, I'm not talking about the last game of the year. I'm talking about versus Green Bay at Soldier
Oh,
Field.
all right. That's what I feel. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
At Soldier Field, the field goal was atrocious. It was so
yeah,
embarrassing
yeah.
because then I had to go back and they sitting there and they like, ooh, yeah. Ooh. That was their reaction because they knew the Bears fucked up. But it don't even get no worse. Thanksgiving, bro. Thanksgiving in the United States for us is just a normal day in France. I'm working, right? I'm working in. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm a Bears fan, right? I'm in
Hmm.
office, right? I'm literally on my phone watching the game, turning up in office. People looking at me like I'm slow. They looking at me like I'm slow. Like they don't know, like what's going on, bro? Like his ass turning up for no reason. I don't know what's wrong with him. It's because the Bears had came back, bro. They were getting blew out, remember? And they
Hmm.
came back in the fourth quarter, literally took the lead. Not took the lead, but tied it up, right? Got a chance to win the game. And literally on the final drive, bros, we got a chance to go down, kick a field goal, and win the game. The head coach and the quarterback not even communicating properly, bro. This
Yeah.
never happens in NFL football. This should never happen, bro. It shouldn't happen in Pee Wee football. It shouldn't happen in high school football, right, Ian? It shouldn't
Nah.
happen. Literally, as we supposed to spike the ball, we supposed to do a spike so that we can stop the clock, and then we get a chance to kick a field goal. The Bears were off so bad after they got a pass off. The quarterback, he didn't even know what was happening. He was not managing the clock. The head coach, his ass so stupid, he didn't even call a timeout in.
Yeah.
Didn't even call a timeout. Gilliam, the clock ran out on us, bro. When I say that never happens, it never happens. And so this happened in 4 straight weeks with the Bears. And so this just gives you what life is like for the Chicago Bears. Great team. We love our Bears, we do. But they done put us through a lot, man. It's to the point to where my boy Ian ain't even stressed or depressed no more. He done went to be a Detroit Lions fan now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I let
saying?
them. I let them go, man. I lost all my hair being a fan of them, man.
And so, you know what I'm saying? My boy done, he done changed his life and just went over to a whole different team because
Yeah.
he's tired of being stressed and depressed. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what life is like being a Bears fan. And so I asked him, go
So,
ahead.
so you lost your hair because of that
Yeah.
too?
Yeah, both of us, me and Ian.
You guys don't want to, you guys don't make me want to tune in the NFL.
Yeah,
I
don't
don't want
stress
to watch
yourself
it
out, bro.
anymore.
Don't stress yourself out.
Now let me tell you, you could watch some teams. You would enjoy watching Kansas City. You know what I'm saying, with Patrick Mahomes, Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? The reigning Super Bowl champions. You will enjoy watching some of those teams. But yeah, stay away from the Bears, bro. They fuck around, get your ass a heart attack. So, you know what I'm saying? You just, keep your distance from the Bears, man, because anything can happen with them, bro. Like stuff that's unimaginable can happen with the Bears. And so that's what it's like being a Bears fan, man. So
It's like being a Clipper fan.
You say it's like being a what?
A Clipper fan. Clippers fan.
Oh yeah, Clippers fan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get right to the playoffs, let you down.
Yep.
I guess that's why we was talking about the NBA and none of y'all mentioned the Clippers, because we need to see what happened with Kawhi and his health.
Yeah. I mean,
Who knows?
they could surprise them. They could surprise this year. They kind of go under the radar. Nobody talking about them, so we'll see. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
they have
they
less pressure on them.
yeah.
for sure. For sure. Being hurt a lot in the past, nobody's expecting them to do anything. So if they stay healthy, though, they could be a team that could be some serious. And so we'll see, man. And so with that being said, though, fellas, man, Gilliam, it was a pleasure, my boy. It was a pleasure, man, talking sports with you, bro. Um, I truly appreciate you coming on. You gave us a whole different perspective. We talked about something different that we usually don't talk about, which is French basketball, French sports, French this. And so shout out to you, bro, for coming on, man. And so, you know, we do what's called Final Thoughts and Shout Outs. We do this every time we head into the weekend. And so I'm going to ask my boy Ian, and then from there, just you. But I want you to watch Ian, see what he says. Just basically any final thoughts or shout outs as we go on with our day. This is the final thing we do before we basically end the podcast. And so, Ian, bro, any final thoughts or shout outs, bro, as we head into the weekend?
Yeah, shout out to Gilliam for coming on with us, chopping it up with us today, man. Enjoyed the conversation with you, man. Come back anytime, bro. Anytime you available, come back.
Yeah,
We
sure.
appreciate it.
Yep.
Man, everybody just enjoy their weekend. Be safe. Spend time with your family. Have fun. Man, stay prayed up. Stay prayed up, y'all.
Yeah. Yep. And Gilliam, man, any final thoughts, man? Anything, any shout outs to anybody here? Any final thoughts, bro, as we head into the weekend?
So thank you for having me. Nice to meet you, and God bless you. God bless you. It was great talking with you guys. And sorry for my strong French accent, but you guys made me practice my English. So thank you guys.
No,
Yes,
no, man.
yes, sir.
We
Yes, sir.
love you,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
We love you, bro.
Right. And we know, man, you got that thick accent. It's all right,
Yeah, we
man. It's the
love you, bro.
same
We
over
love you.
here.
Yeah, we
Like,
love
yeah. When I'm talking in Guadeloupe, they be like, "Oh, you American?" like how you know? But like they just know, man, the accent, bro. And so we got you, bro. We got you, man. We appreciate you, and we proud of you, man, because you know you are the second guest we've had on here that can talk like full, great, legit English and understand and respond and yeah, so I really appreciate it, man, because generally for us it's kind of hard for us to get guys that come over or just guests that come over from overseas and that can actually talk English with us. And so shout out to you, Guillaume. I just want to say, man, best of luck with you, bro, on your coaching ventures here in Guadeloupe for the young youth that you are coaching. Great job, man, with all the youth. Continue to do well, man, as you teach mathematics and stuff to the young people. And just best of luck with your journeys, man, and everything you're doing, bro. Appreciate you for jumping on the podcast with us. Much love, bro. And additionally, just want to state to everybody, like Ian stated, keep God first. With God, all things are possible. Love on your family, love on your loved ones. Continue to spread love and know that with God, all things are possible and that nothing is impossible. And that if we continue to support one another, love one another, be in community with one another, that this world will be a better place. And so, That being said, man, on behalf of the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, we would like to say thank you for tuning in with us this morning. Continue to chop it up with us and support our podcast on various platforms. And if you are and would love to talk sports with us on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, we are here and would love to do so with you. Your love, support is truly appreciated, and we hope you all have a blessed and safe weekend. Peace.